welcome to a brand new episode of Beating Faces. I am April, aka the Brooklyn Wolf of Makeup. I hope you guys are having a great day, a good week. Remember, please wash your hands and your ass. Just because it's getting cold outside doesn't mean you should skip your shower. It takes 2.5 minutes to take a good shower, 5 minutes to thoroughly wash your ass. Please do the 5 minutes. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is April. If you are interested in makeup and wrestling, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I am officially back. I have taken a little break to make sure I got this right, but I promise you, little by little, I am going to be popping out videos like a pregnant hamster giving birth. As you can see by the title, we're gonna get ourselves into some cowboy shit. I mean, hello, you see it. This is the very first episode of the List of Husbands series. You're going to see some of my favorite list of husbands. Why are they on the list? What is it about them that just draws me to them? Some matches that I love of theirs and some matches I definitely recommend if you haven't seen it. I know a lot of you guys are diehard wrestling fans, but there are some people who are getting into wrestling little by little. Maybe they don't know wrestling outside of WWE, and they probably don't even know about these wrestlers on AEW, their stuff before then. So I guess I'm doing this little series to educate y'all in the best way possible because I suck at explaining things. But if you would like to check it out and see how I got this beautiful look because I am obsessing, oh my god, stay tuned because I think it's gonna be fun. Alright guys, so you already know the drill. Brows are done, eye is primed. This is the look we're going to be doing today. I figure if we're going to be doing this little mini series, I want to dedicate my eye looks to the wrestler's gears. And when it comes to Hangman, his gear is predominantly black. I mean, you know, cowboy shits, you know, they got the black and the browns, but this silver over here, I am dedicating to his Bedazzled undies. I swear, because there is not any other wrestler out there, at least I have seen, that his trunks, undies trunks, same difference, that they're so bedazzled. So I'm dedicating this silver, well, I'm dedicating this entire eye look to Hangman's Bedazzled undies. Now, before you guys start coming at me like, oh my god, she's literally going to start a series about wrestlers that are on her list of husbands. Now, don't start your shit. Don't start your shit, because if you guys have been watching me for some time, the term list of husbands has come up many times. And shout out to you, Tiffany, aka the queen, the indies of the No Holds Barred Network. She is the, well, not, I guess, well, we've always had lists. I mean, we're women, we always keep lists, but she has made the list of husbands in the wrestling community a thing. And that's actually how we became friends. I checked out her interview or her episode with, shout out to you, Queen of Any, I love you both. And they just started talking about their list of husbands and who's on their wrestling list of husbands. And it made me think, since around that time I got back into wrestling, do I even have a list of husbands? Like, what wrestlers are on my list of husbands? Who do I love to watch? Who just makes me all like, oh my god, yes, you know? And that's how we actually became friends, through our list of husbands. And like I said, before y'all start y'all shit, everyone has lists, not even just in wrestling, but in TV, movies, all that stuff. Who is their wife? Who is their husband? So in this case, it's going to be the List of Husbands episode. And a lot of people take their list based off their looks, or, you know, just mostly like their looks. But for me to be on my list of husbands, I'm very, I'm not really strategic. I'm kind of easy to please, but there has to be certain aspects that I like about a wrestler that is like, okay, you're so on my list, that is it. And I'm talking about, you know, the character work, their in-ring work, and also how they are outside of their characters, because there were a lot of husbands on my list that were on that infamous list that came out earlier this year, you know, to basically point out who's garbage and who's not. And I had to get rid of a lot of guys on the list, which really sucked. because I really enjoyed them. But you know what? Shit happens. Now I just made even more room for this list. And my C, I'm starting at number 4, which is very, very unconventional, because when people start doing lists, they do like, oh, my top 5, top 10, top 3, top 2. I'm starting at number 4 because for some reason, the guys on my top 4, I always gravitate towards them. To be honest, I don't know who's number 5. To be honest, I think I lost count as to who is on my list and what numbers they are. I just mainly pay attention to my 4. And since this is the first episode, we're gonna go backwards, and Hangman Adam Page is number 4 on my list of husbands. Now, why is he on my list? Why is he in my top 4? What is it about him that gravitates me towards him? It's kind of hard to explain. I mean, the first match that I saw him in was at All In, which I loved. This was actually the first pay-per-view that really brought me back into wrestling hard body. So this match was very, very fun. And also, I wasn't really following BTE, so I didn't know the storyline. I didn't even know that there was a storyline going on in this match. Just thought it was a hardcore match between 2 wrestlers and a female. Shit got real. So when they brought out the boots, I didn't know what was going on. The ending, which actually caught me the most about wrestling, like, wow, wrestling shows do crazy things like this, because I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. And you might think, oh, well, you say she's a wrestling fan, she should have seen shit like this. Listen, if you want to know when I got back into wrestling and my whole entire journey, you can check out the very first 2 episodes of my YouTube channel. That's basically my story, but this is all about Hangman. So I wasn't really into the whole storylines and how wrestling can be silly and fun. So when I saw that with him, I was just like, oh my God, this is so fun. And they brought out the boots and the dick flip, which kind of sucks that, you know, Joey Ryan is, you know, Joey Ryan, and I can't really enjoy that match as much as I want to, considering the ending is what brought me back more into wrestling. But Hangman in that match, he was so hard hitting. He looks like a big dude. I personally have never met him. He looks like he's probably maybe like 6'1", like 200 plus pounds, obviously, because he's really, you know, thick, solid dude, doing these friggin' shooting star presses, jumping off the top ropes, going on friggin' ladders, falling into tables and shit like that, super kicking Penelope Ford in the face, which I think was kind of one of my favorite parts of the match. And he just got me, and I was like, you know what, I think I need to check this guy out a little bit more, because, you know, he got my eye and I want to know more about him. So after that, I started watching BTE, and you already know I did a whole BTE episode as well. But his character in it is so, it always looked that he was left behind. Like, I know, I don't know a lot of promotions that he was in. By the way, if you want to check out the other promotions that he's in, the titles that he's won, there's interviews on there. This is not that episode. This episode is about why I have Hangman Page on my list of husbands. And yeah, when I was watching BTE, I just saw that he was just this character that he just wanted to let people, not like let people know that he's here, but he kind of felt like he was invisible, you know, like with some of the storylines that he had on there. And even with the beginning of AEW, which we are going to get to that. But yes, All In was the first match that I seen him in. He caught my eye, and I loved it. I just thought he was amazing. Now, to get back to what I was talking about, you know, his character when he was on BTE and things like that. When I started watching BTE more, like I said, he just seemed like that character that he was always in the background. Once I started kind of watching a lot of his matches in New Japan and Ring of Honor, he was in a lot of tag matches. So I guess he was the tag team guy. I think he won the 6-man tags in Ring of Honor at one point. I don't know. I'll go double check. You could double check for me. So he was always that guy that was in tag matches, and I just wanted to see more matches with him. And unfortunately, a lot of them that I found were tag matches, but a lot of his singles matches were just They're just so good. You guys have no idea how happy I am that he's back to being a singles competitor. Don't get me wrong, I loved his run when he was tag teams with Kenny Omega. I mean, hello, he is a former AEW tag champion. So like, I did enjoy that, but his singles run was so good. And there was one match I kind of want to talk about, just a few matches that come that are favorites of mine, some that I want to recommend. Maybe some of you guys have already seen these matches, maybe some of y'all haven't seen these matches, so I'm here going to talk about the matches. So one of my favorites that I saw not too long ago, oh man, this sucks that PWG is not a thing on YouTube. For some strange reason, you cannot, I at least cannot find any PWG matches, and I got to find this one match I saw a couple of months ago, and it was with him and Keith Lee back in 2018. It was so friggin' dope. Now, I'm a very easy person to please, so I love, you know, I love all types of wrestling, but I don't want to say comedic wrestling, but, you know, wrestling that is just fun. I love that. So there's one main thing that I love about PWG matches, and his match with Keith Lee, I really hope you guys seen it, and if you haven't, I hope you can be able to find it, because they started off the match with him just tan, and his whole back was just white. So he ran out of tanner, and Keith Lee was just dying. Like, he was just dying the whole time. It was so funny. But this match was so hard hitting, you have no idea. But seriously though, that match with Keith Lee was so friggin' good. They were literally power bombing each other. I mean, Keith Lee power bombed him at one point. Keith Lee was getting to the top ropes, and Hangman friggin' power bombed him. Oh man, he did this. Hangman did this shooting star press on the side on Keith Lee on a bunch of chairs. And Keith Lee is a big fucking dude, and that's also another thing why I love this match. I love seeing big guys do cruiserweight shit, like going on the top ropes, doing shooting star presses, doing backflips, but I also love them hard hitting, like just doing power bombs and shit like that. First of all, I have no idea how that ring did not implode, but there was something about that ring. It was so bouncy. I don't know if they just had extra cushion, because there was one point that Keith Lee body slammed Hangman, and Keith Lee like bounced, and I just started cracking up. So like, what the hell? You have this giant ass man just bouncing off the friggin' ring, and Hangman was just, he was so friggin' awesome in this match. Like I said, he was very hard hitting. His buckshot lariat is definitely a favorite move of mine. He tried to do this one move that really scared me. I got freaked out, you know. So the move was, he had Keith Lee, I guess he was trying to, he had him upside down, and then I guess he tried to do like I think it's a neck breaker. I don't know names of moves. And it looked like Keith Lee like hit his neck, and I got very nervous. And y'all, I hate any move that has to do with the neck. Oh my god, I freak out. I freak the fuck out. It's not cool, guys. And there was also this other move that he did. Oh my god, what was it? Yes, Keith Lee had Hangman on his shoulders, and Hangman kind of like fell backwards and just basically flipped Keith Lee over. And after that, I was like, okay, that's it. Oh man, I think after that match is when I put him on the list of husbands. No, I'm lying. I'm sorry. It was before that. Like, it really sucks that PWG does not have their matches on YouTube. It really does suck. But they do have the highlights video on YouTube. I will put the link down below. Actually, I'm going to post, well, not post, well, you know what I'm talking about. Post all the links in the description box down below, all the YouTube, I guess, highlights or the matches that are on there, so you guys could check out, because this was such a fun match. It was a 45-minute match. The highlights are about 5 minutes, but it was just so good, and I would love to see these guys wrestle again in the future. Well, not in the near future, because they're on competitive brands, but a girl can dream, you know. Don't judge me. So going back to what I was talking about BTE, I love the old BTE, because you kind of get to see a glimpse of how these wrestlers are outside, and he seems like a sweetheart. You know, I met a lot of people, well, I know a lot of people who have met him in person, which I'm very jelly, and said nothing but great things about him. So that is definitely an add-on for me loving this guy. And shit, he is so fucking dope. I mean, the first time I saw him live was at House of Glory with the Young Bucks' last independent match, which was a complete surprise. It was such a freaking moment. I lost my shit. I mean, I always lose my shit, but it was dope. And he put out the great promo about he beating Chris Jericho at All Out. I believed him, and I was like, you know, there was one point where I was going for him to win the title, and people were looking at me like I was crazy. And I'm like, why not? You know, I wasn't really thinking about, you know, the business side of it. Like, oh, he can't win because no one knows who he is. Well, give it a chance. But I guess now, later on, I get it. I get why they put the title on Chris Jericho and not him. Which also comes to a match I recommend for those who haven't seen it. And it's between Hangman and, well, obviously Hangman, between Hangman and Pac. Now, this one made me really think. Like, I was thinking about the matches that I have, you know, watched and some of my favorites and things like that. So this match really got me thinking. I'm gonna do liner real quick and I'll be right back. Yo, what the fuck? Did I lose it? Like, I used to be a point with my liners. Now I gotta clean it and shit. I'm losing it, guys. I'm freaking losing it. This is bullshit, by the way. Just letting y'all know. Hey, so going back to what I was saying about the match between Pac and Hangman. Like I said, if you guys haven't seen that match, really check it out. But it's funny because I was thinking about this the other day because I was rewatching it. And I was just thinking about, you know, this match was supposed to be at Double or Nothing, right? So like I was saying about this match, we were supposed to get this match at Double or Nothing, the first ever one, right? But unfortunately, we couldn't because Pac, I think, was having issues traveling overseas. At the time, he was I think the Dragon Gate champion, and I can't remember if he was having issues with his visa or anything. But Hangman actually went to the UK to give us this match. Now, I don't remember if it was AEW's doing to give us this match, but thankfully we were able to get the match a week before Double or Nothing, which was so dope. They really didn't have to do that, you know? And like I said before, the match was awesome. If you guys have seen Pac, FKA Neville from WWE, but now Pac of AEW, you know, every time he puts on a match, it is so friggin' dope. So this was dope. But it got me thinking, you know, Hangman kind of got his clout, you know, the whole cowboy shit and, you know, all that goody stuff at Double or Nothing. What if we had this match at Double or Nothing? What would have happened to Hangman? You know, what if he wouldn't have gotten into the Battle Royale because he had a match planned. So would he have been at this level? You know, would he have started the cowboy shit movement? Would he have become tag team champions with Kenny Omega or even tagged with him? So it really kind of was a blessing in disguise, you know? Because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, when I first heard about this match, you know, I was just very excited for Double or Nothing. You know, at that point, you know, AEW is a new thing. Double or Nothing is their first ever pay-per-view under AEW. So now they're taking out a match. But, you know, we're literally a year and a half later. Hangman is our cowboy of AEW. So, like I said, wouldn't he have... What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. If Hangman and Pac had this match at Double or Nothing, do you think he would have gotten the push that he has had? Because as soon as he lost the title, he's kind of been on his whole lonesome shit. If you guys watch BTE, you remember, you know, he was, you know, feeling the type of way. His besties are EVPs. Where does he fit in the locker room? And I know that stuff kind of started, I think it was around Christmas, if I remember correctly. But yes, if you guys have not seen that match that he had with Pac, it is on YouTube. I will put it in the description box, of course. It was a very, very great match. Like I said, if you guys have seen Pac before, then you know how he works, you know, high flying, hard hitting. And this was in the UK too, so the crowd was really freaking dope. And I didn't expect Hangman to win this match, but I was kind of here for it. Oops, spoiler alert. But yeah, like, if you guys check out that match, let me know what you guys think, because honestly I don't think Hangman would have gotten the clout that he's had lately if he didn't have this match at Double or Nothing. Well, did have this match at Double or Nothing. So another favorite match of mine, oh my god. Now, I just started watching New Japan about a year ago or so, so I have a crap ton of catching up to do. And oh man, you know, I miss Hangman with the noose. I miss when he used to rock the noose, but I saw in the interview, I think he was at a show at one point and someone tried to choke him with the noose, so that's why he doesn't wear it anymore. Wait, what was I talking about? Yes, New Japan. So I saw this match a couple of months ago. I'm not lying. I'm lying. About a couple weeks ago. It feels like a couple months ago, but you know, fuck this year. So I saw the match with Hangman versus Minoru Suzuki. I think it's Minoru. I don't want to botch his name, but if I do, I'm sorry. Oh my god. First of all, Suzuki has become such a favorite of mine. Y'all have no idea. That man is a fucking psycho. I could totally see why they call him the devil of New Japan, because that man is freaking crazy. And oh my god. First of all, Hangman, he did so good, but he started his he started it. I can't even defend him when it comes to this match, because he freaking started this shit. And if you guys haven't seen this match, y'all really need to check out the New Japan website, because New Japan is such a dope promotion. Like, oh my god, like, I think I spent a good, I want to say I spent a good 3 weeks of just watching New Japan shit. Like, I didn't have a life. I mean, I do have a life, but you know, it's 2020. Don't judge me. But yeah, the match between Hangman and Minoru Suzuki, that shit just started even before the bell rang. And like I said, Hangman, he asked for it. He asked for it. Suzuki kicked his freaking booty. He kicked his ass. But Hangman won. Spoiler alert! Hangman won. Sorry, not sorry. But oh my god, that match, it was really dope. I think it was Hangman's first G1, if I'm not mistaken. And my god, Suzuki friggin' got at him. This is my fucking issue though. I will never understand the spitting. Why y'all gotta spit? Why the fuck y'all gotta spit at each other? I noticed that when I got back into wrestling and I'm just getting into other promotions like Ring of Honor, New Japan, and some indie stuff. Why is spitting a thing? That shit is disgusting. I will never understand that. And when Hangman spit in Suzuki's face, I was like, okay, that's kind of a turn off. But yeah, homie almost got off my list because that shit is disgusting. I mean, I'm pretty sure the majority of the guys on my list spit, but someone in the comments, I don't care. Why is spitting okay in wrestling? It's disgusting. That shit is nasty. Like, no, I'm not here for it. But yes, that match was really fun. I really enjoyed it. Hangman, like I said, Hangman won, but the spitting turned me off about that shit. But yo, such a fun match. Watch it if you guys haven't seen it. Unfortunately, you might catch the highlights on YouTube. I'm not sure. But if you guys want to get the New Japan subscription, or even forgot that this match was on New Japan, I'll put in the link also down below to go see, because it was awesome and I loved it. Except for the spitting, because no. There's one last match I want to talk about, and I was already, talking shit earlier about how Hangman was always in, tag matches, not really in enough singles matches, but this match I couldn't not talk about. You guys have seen it. You guys have heard the reviews about it. The infamous 5-star tag match between Hangman and Kenny versus the Young Bucks, or my bestie used to call them, what they used to call them? Yee-Hae-Lee. Because, Kenny and Hangman didn't have a name for their team. My thing is, if you don't have a team name or a shirt, you guys are not a real tag team. And they had a shirt, but they never had a name. So I was just calling them the Yeehaw Elite. Me and my friend, the Cowboy Elite, everyone was just having their own names for them. So I kind of wish they had a name, you know? But that tag match, oh my God, so freaking good. And this is why I mentioned BTE, because that whole thing started on being the Elite. You know, Hangman feeling alienated from his friends and not fitting in anywhere. He lost the title match. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He starts his drinking, then he teams up with Kenny, randomly start the tag team, and that kind of got him over. So I'm really happy in a sense, again, we didn't have that match with Pac and Hangman at Double or Nothing, because we might not have had, you know, the, what was I calling them? The Yeehaw Elite. And you get to see him and Kenny, them tagging together, their issues behind bars, and, you know, just to even see Hangman just talking shit, always talking shit about the Bucks. And he's made it clear that he never really felt that, I don't want to say, I guess like the not welcoming presence, but he was just like, they're the Elite. And he had that issue when he was with Cody and when he made himself part of the Bullet Club and all that good stuff. So I love that we have BTE just to see these little side stories and everything. So when they won, when they won the titles, it was great on the cruise, Hangman doing his thing. But when we had this tag match, we didn't know what the hell was gonna happen. Is Kenny going to betray the Bucks? Is Kenny going to turn heel? Is Hangman going to turn heel? You know, I was kind of getting flashbacks at Revolution when the Shield back then had gotten back together and Roman had revealed that he had cancer. So when Dean and Seth won the tag titles and Dean turned on Seth, I kind of had a feeling this is what was going to happen. And they kind of foreshadowed it at the end of the match. Like, is Hangman going to give Kenny the buckshot lariat? But they didn't. You know, I'm really glad that, you know, he didn't. Like, that night, I wanted somebody to turn heel. We all wanted somebody to turn heel. So I kind of wanted Hangman to turn heel that night. But, you know, that match was just, it was so friggin' good. Hangman was so over. That match was amazing. Meltzer gave it 5 stars, the greatest tag match in, I guess, US history or wrestling history. I don't remember the quote, but it was so freaking good. Like, that match really put Hangman like over, because I honestly thought that Hangman was going to lose the titles with Kenny. Bucks is gonna get it. We don't know what's gonna happen. And now he's back to, you know, just being Hangman. So I'm really happy that, you know, if it wasn't for, you know, this storyline, this match and all this good stuff, he wouldn't be where he is. Because yes, now he's back to being a singles competitor, which I think is so freaking dope. And I can't wait to see more of him. You know, I kind of see him, I don't see him getting the main title anytime soon. Maybe the TNT title next, I don't know. But if he does go for the main title, I want to say maybe a year and a half or so. This is just my guesstimation. I wouldn't know, just going by how everything is going. But I would love to see a title run with him. And we had that with him and Kenny, but I want more. I want more Hangman. I want him to succeed. He's so friggin' dope. Just, I love him. I completely forgot to mention his promo work. Oh man, I'm gonna go back to BTE. Yo, he did this amazing promo. If you guys haven't seen it, if you guys don't watch BTE, you really should, because it actually relates to anything that's going on in AEW. When we were going through COVID, he was having his little series of him going in the woods, drinking, and just, you know, getting away from people. He did this beautiful monologue, and he was hiding up on a tree, and I think he saw a bird. I don't remember it correctly, but I think it was a bird or a squirrel. I can't remember. But he did this beautiful promo of how he saw this bird or squirrel or an owl. It was an animal. And he was just talking about how he was just flying free, and, you know, he's not home and he's just enjoying you know, trying to be away from everyone. Something along the lines of that. I don't know why I'm talking and applying lipstick because it's just totally gonna be great. And he was basically just observing this animal, you know, in the wild, and he was relating it to him, how he basically ran away, you know, like he's not home, you know, he's trying to get away from the COVID. He doesn't want to be around people. He just wants to be alone in the woods and just do him. And he was just talking about observing this animal, being in the wild, and it's just like, I don't want to go home. And I think he was referring home to AEW, that he wasn't ready, but you know, sometimes you just gotta suck it up and it's time to go home. And when he was just talking about it, it was very well worded, unlike me, because I can't talk for shit. And the way he just created it, a little story, I think I saw that about 3 times, and it was so nice. And he was just talking about, you know, it's time for me to go home. And he wasn't on AEW for some time, and it was really, really nice. And that really just showed me, oh my god, this is a really pretty highlighter. This is new, by the way. You need to make it more powerful though. So that was just a little promo of his. I haven't really seen a lot of his promos outside. Like, he did that great promo at House of Glory of how he's going to be AEW new first champion and all that, but this one you really felt it. Like, it was so nice. I really do want to see him in more promos for sure. Yes, this is the finished look dedicated to Hangman's Bedazzled Undies. I hope he appreciates it, because I don't wear glitter and his undies are always bedazzled as hell. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I apologize if I have been all over the place. I haven't been on the tube for some time, and since I'm starting this new little mini series, I guess I'm trying to find my groove. But I hope you guys kind of become new fans of Hangman. I hope you guys can check out some of the matches that I spoke about. They're really fun, really dope. He is a great wrestler. He's amazing. I really do hope I get to meet him one day and comment on his bedazzled undies. But on that note, for all the matches that I have spoken about, I will put the links down below if they are on YouTube. If they're not, then I'll try to find some other source, as well as every single makeup product I have used today to create the bedazzled undies look. Thank you so much for tuning in, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.